my spooky scientist friends, and welcome back for another episode of Kitchen Science. This month I have a spooky science experiment for us to try because it is October, and if you do not know this, October is my most favorite month of the year, and that is because why? Halloween's at the end of the month! So I decided in honor of this very fantastic holiday that we are going to get a little witchy and we are going to make our very own potion lava lamp for today's kitchen science. So by now, hopefully you headed on down to the library and you picked up your grab and go bag that had most of the supplies you needed for this project. However, if you didn't, or you didn't register, or you're catching us well after the program has originally aired, that's okay, because it's kitchen science. These experiments are designed to be done using stuff that you should have around your house that are super easy to find or super easy to get access to. And we are going to talk about those materials a little bit later on of what you're going to need for today's experiments. Before we get going with that, I just want to let you know a little bit about the science themes we'll be exploring today. Today, we are going to be exploring physics by looking at liquids and their density. We're going to ask, is one liquid heavier than another liquid? Spoiler alert, the answer is yes. Liquids are made up of different molecules and atoms, which means they don't all weigh the same. And in today's experiment, we're going to use two different liquids to demonstrate those properties. Also, for today's potion lava lamp, we are going to be looking at some chemical reactions, which means we are using some chemistry skills. I'm not going to spoil that surprise for you all, because that is what makes our potion lava lamp our potion lava lamp. So we are going to discuss that chemical reaction later on when we start putting in the ingredients to make our lava lamp. So if you're as ready and as excited as I am, we are going to grab our make and take kits and we're going to get this experiment started. So head on down to your kitchen, or if you're like me, I did my experiment outside today, and let's see how to make these potion lava lamps. Alright friends, so the first thing you're going to want to do before we unpack those grab and go bags is to go to your sink and grab a cup of water and have that out on the table ready to go. Then in your bag you will see a tall clear container filled with a yellow liquid, that is your oil. You will have a small bottle of food coloring. There will be 2 packets of Alka-Seltzer tabs for you. And finally, there will be a clear bottle for your lava lamp to go in. Once you have all of those ingredients out, you are ready to start making our lava lamp. So the first thing you're going to need to do to get your science experiment started is you are going to take your bottle of oil and you are going to fill your clear bottle about 2/3 full with. Once your bottle is 2/3 filled with your oil, you're going to take your water and you're going to pour some of that so that your bottle is nearly filled to the top. If you look closely, you'll start to see some bubbles forming. That is because the oil and the water are separating. We're going to talk about the science behind that in a few, but it is something that's really cool to look at because you can see the oil being pushed to the top and the water sinking to the bottom. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take the food coloring and you're going to put about 10 drops of this in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you want to keep going, you can put more than 10. I'm going to start with 10. We can always add in more after we drop in our Alka-Seltzer tabs. All right, and now for the best part, you guys are going to take those Alka-Seltzer tabs. You're going to open up the pack. You're going to, oh, this one already broke. You're going to take it and you're going to break it in half. Then you're going to drop a piece of it in. Once you do, take note of the science experiment starting to happen. Ready? 3, 2, 1, drop. So as you'll notice right here, the bubbles are starting to form. Everything is starting to mix, and we are going to be getting that lava-like creation. So as I'm watching this, I realize that my food coloring is not mixing as much as I would like it to, so I'm going to add in a few more drops to see if that changes how my lava lamp looks. If this reaction is a little bit too slow for you, feel free to take the other piece of your Alka-Seltzer tab and dump that in there too. All right, so now you can start seeing those bubbles really forming and getting a good lava-like lamp going. So remember at the beginning when I pointed out that the oil was floating on the top and the water was on the bottom? That is because oil is less dense than water, so it rises to the top and the water collects at the bottom. When we dropped in the food coloring, it fell through the oil layer without mixing, and once it reached the water level, it mixed together to make some colorful water. Now when we dropped in the Alka-Seltzer tabs, they are actually effervescent. And I know that sounds like a big word, and what it means is that they're water soluble. When the tablet is dropped to the bottom and it hits the water layer, the sodium bicarbonate and citric acid that are found within the tablets react with the water to form carbon dioxide bubbles, which shoot up to the top of the bottle in a fizzing motion because gas is lighter than liquid. Once the bubbles reach the top and pop the air as it's released, the colored water blobs sink back down to the bottom. The process continues the entire time the Alka-Seltzer tablets are in the bottle until they are completely dissolved. So as you can see, mine has started to slow down. If I shake it, this lava lamp's over. So what I'm gonna do is take my other Alka-Seltzer tab and drop it in. And now this experiment can be done over and over again. If you run out of Alka-Seltzer tabs, they are super easy to replace. And if you don't wanna use more oil, there's a cap included in your grab and go kit that you can just put on top of this and put this to the side. These bottles will stay good for a few of the experiments. After about the 5th time, I would dump it out and maybe replace the oil and replace the water, but you can do it for a few more times. So I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna watch my lava lamp explode again. Fantastic job, spooky scientist! How did we like today's science experiment? I personally rate it a 10 out of 10 because it let me live out my witchy dreams, and we got to make our very own potion lava lamp, which was super exciting for me. I loved it, and I hope you all loved it as much as I did. If you would like to send me any videos or photos that you took during today's science experiment, please feel free to email me at the email address below, and I would love to see your science creations. Thank you all so much for joining me for today's kitchen science. I hope you learned something new and had a very fun time. We hope to see you again real soon at the library, and in the meantime, take care and stay spooky. Bye.